show you guys how to replace the valve body. So what you do, guys, you go down to your car, you open, if there is a cover, you take it out, and then you take out these E12 balls. There are 6 of them. I'm just gonna show you. And then, guys, you drain your fluid, you just open these Tox. So once you do that, guys, you drain out all the fluid, and then when the fluid is out, then what you do next, guys, is you come here, you disconnect the connector. The connector, guys, is in under this plate, so you just disconnect up that connector wire. And once you do that, guys, you come here and then you just press on the side, you disconnect the connector, it just comes out like that. And then, guys, you put that on the side. So, guys, you use an E12 to open all these 6 E12 bolts. Guys, when you're taking them all out, guys, make sure you just have to remain like with 2 of them just to hold the pan, so that you can be able to just pull it safely so that it doesn't fall down. So you just open. So I'm gonna open on the sides, just like the sides, the front and the rear, and then I'll remain with the 2 in the middle. So those are the ones which I will take last, so that I'll be able to just pull it out gently. Well, guys, putting in mind that I'm doing this alone, so I really need to have one hand there and then another hand to open. But if you guys are 2, you can just open all of them together, and then another person should be just holding the pan with the hand, and then the other one just unscrews all these balls from all this place. And then once it's out, guys, I'll show you guys how the inside looks like and what steps you should take next. So, guys, all my bolts are out, so I'm just gonna pull this pan out slowly, just like that. So, guys, I already drained my fluid, so this is my oil filter, the transmission filter. So, guys, this is a new one, but the old one should be dripping wet. So, guys, when you're here, you just take it out from the side here, you just pull it gently. It's held by this kind of lock thing that goes inside there. Once you pull it like that, guys, that's what's holding up. So you just take it out like that. Then, guys, you open the valve body. So valve body, guys, is held by 10 bolts. These are the bolts I'm trying to highlight for you. These are the ones in the rear of the valve body. There are 4. So the way you see I'm highlighting in red, so all those are 4 bolts. You have to take them out, but, guys, you have to keep some like 2 back there. So, guys, this is how the bolts in the rear are holding up the valve body into the car, into the transmission. So the guys, you just open the 4 bolts, and then on the front, guys, there are 6 bolts, which makes them a total of 10. So in the front, guys, there are 6 located like the way it is right here when you see it. And then the rear, there are 4, like the way you see right there highlighted. So, guys, these are the bolts in the rear, there are 4. So when you count like that, and then when you come to the front, guys, these are the bolts which you have to open. 1, 2, 3 down inside, then 4, 5 and 6. And then your valve body, guys, should be able to come out, but I'm just going to show you a few things you should pay attention before the valve body comes out, because some 2 things will hold this valve body in place. Number 1, guys, is right here where the gear selector is. So what happens is sometimes this thing will hold this stuff stuck in. And then, guys, the most strictest part, guys, is this connector right here, which connects to the transmission connector. You should have something like a prior. And then, guys, this valve body is really heavy. You should have somebody to hold it, guys, so it doesn't fall down when you're pulling out. So, guys, I'm just going through the way the bolts are arranged and how they hold it there. They're 10 in number, so just make sure you just arrange them well, then put them aside. And then here, guys, it does the 6 bolts which hold the transmission pan. So one of them, guys, has like this extended part. This is the one, guys, which holds to the part whereby there's the cover transmission, where this transmission thing is. the transmission connector. Also guys, make sure what holds the transmission connector from just letting out just freely is because of the seals. So guys, when you're pulling out, you just be very careful, you don't break it. You just push it gently as someone else below is holding up for you. So guys, when the transmission comes out, this is how the place looks like. So that's where our connector goes in, right there. And this is guys the transmission selector thing, which is going to be right here. So when putting back guys, I'll show you a trick. You just have to make sure you align the yellow thing to that specific spot, then it should be able to just go in without any problems. Once your pan out guys comes out, is sometimes these magnet things which are mounted on the pan, sometimes they're like too much dirt on it, so you just clean it up before you put it back. So make sure you clean it like with any solution which can dissolve the transmission oil. And then something guys important to point to is this thing right here. This is kind of like a connector which is a transmission oil guide. At the same time guys, is a level, it helps you guys identify the level of the transmission fluid which is pumped into this transmission. Okay, another thing guys, once you take out your transmission, it's important to change the transmission seal as well as transmission filter. So guys, this is the old filter. I already showed you guys the new one which I pulled out from there. So this is the old one guys, so I just pulled it out. So once you pull it out guys, it's not recommended to put it back. So it's important for you just to get a new one and then just put it in so that it keeps in shape. Okay guys, I'm going to show you how to open this up. So there are 8 these are transmission, these are actuators which are in transmission. So you use a T40, this is a Tox 40, to open up these 8 of them, but they just paired in 4. Another important thing to pay attention guys, you have to make sure you don't mix them. You don't mix these actuators guys, you don't mix them, just put them in a place. You can just designate them and then arrange them, and then make sure you don't forget when putting it back, because before you take out the conductor plate guys, you have to take out these these actuators guys, these transmission valves, you have to take them out. So guys, what's important guys is once all these things are out, keep them in a nice place where you can identify them and put them in their like correct positions, like where you taken them before. So once I finish taking all these out guys, I have to make sure I clean the area too. I blow the area to just like take out this too much fluid, maybe dirty fluid which is been in transmission. At the same time guys, I have to make sure this valve thing right here is positioned in the nice way, it doesn't fall down, because it's so important. If it falls down guys, you will lose a lot of transmission pressure and your transmission might not shift well. So guys, just keep paying attention, I'll tell you as we progress. Okay guys, so we have to open up the valve body, the conductor plate from the valve body. So we have like 8 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, if I'm not wrong, we have like 7 T40 is a Tox. So you open all of them. Now once it's done guys, you put them back. You put our new conductor plate back on top of the valve body, and once it's done guys, you blow guys, like all the dust from all the back of the service. You just keep the thing clean, so when you install it back guys, you should need to put more fluid so that it just runs well. So if there was any dust fluid in the system, you'll be able to just go away. Alright guys, after finishing doing this guys, then we can put in the stuff right in. We put them respective places. We have to just make sure they go in where they came out from. Just don't mix them up guys, don't mix them up, it will give you unnecessary errors in the system. So you have to make sure every valve which came out from whichever spot it is, you return it to where it just came out from. Another important thing, guys, to pay attention is sometimes when you're putting in these actuators, these valves, when you're putting back these valves, guys, you have to like push it in. Like sometimes it might just sit on top, like you just put it in. Make sure you just use your thumb to just press it to make sure the contact between the valve and the contactor plate is touching each other. You just push it like just make it firmly to make sure it's all in. And then once you've done that, guys, that's when, guys, you can be able to guys, to tighten it, like to tighten back, so that your valves can get like can be like firmly like positioned, and so that the contact can be established. Alright, guys, I think I'm just going to tighten them, and then after tightening them, I think like it should be time for putting it back in. So what you're going to tighten it with, guys, the tool which you're going to use, guys, is a T40, is a Tox 40. So put that in mind when you're arranging your tools for the service. So this is what I'm using right here, is a T40. Now once that is done, guys, you can use grease to just like help you out, so when you're pushing in, guys, so that these the seals, guys, do not prevent you from pushing in transmission. Because you remember when I told you guys, when you're pulling it out, that thing is going to be like hard to come out, so you have to just like take your time. Also, you have like maybe to grease this part too, which goes into the car. You just grease it well. And then this an important part, guys, make sure this guy right here, guys, stays there and then sticks it well, because this guy controls transmission pressure. And then if it doesn't sit well, or if you forget, guys, it will not, the transmission might not shift well. So here we are, guys. So make sure you put it back in. So once this thing goes in, make sure you just put all of them in the required places. You put all the 4 back in, then you put the other ones in. Then make sure, guys, this is the white thing I was telling, the yellow thing I was telling you guys, make sure it aligns, because this thing sometimes makes it hard for you to put in the transmission. And then this part also, you just push it in, it will just snap in there, and then you'll just hear poop gets in. And then, guys, your transmission should be in place. Okay, guys, we come back to the last part. We got our new transmission pan seal. So guys, we have to just lay it correctly. You just have to align it well the way it's supposed to be. And also, guys, an important part of this seal is that once we're putting it in the car, guys, make sure that the seal does not like slip or does not fall in, or it does not like sit well. You have to make sure it sits well, because I've seen a lot of transmissions people do service, and then once they put in the seal up in there, one part of the seal might not just like sit well, and then they end up spilling the fluid, and then the transmission fan keeps like it keeps leaking. So here, guys, I'm getting this is my new transmission filter. Guys out, so I make sure that I get a new one. I just compare this with the old one, make sure they're the same size, the same type, so that I don't end up putting in something which is not the right and the required kind of transmission filter. Alright guys, so once that is done, I just take it in. So this is how you're putting in the filter, guys. So the tail of the filter, or the lower part, goes towards the end of the car, the rear of the car, and then once that is done, you just put it in, and then you bring in the oil pan, the transmission pan, and then guys, you make sure you align them like all round, so that you make sure that all the screw holes you are going to put in the screws are all visible. And then you gently put them, like, to just hold them. Just put a few of them just round, you hold them like that, and then once all of them guys are in, that's when you can just like tighten them all the way. So make sure guys, before you tighten all these transmission holders, make sure that you have put all of them all round. So make sure that all of them are all in on those holes, guys, because once you start tightening others, it will make the others might not get in. So you have to make sure all of them are in, so that now you can just like tighten it. Another thing guys, it's not recommended to tighten using a gun. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just pushing those balls to just go in as close as possible, so that once they start touching the transmission body, I will use like something like a ratchet, and then I can just tighten slowly with hand until a given amount, because we are tightening guys is we're tightening aluminum. These are aluminum balls, so you make sure you don't put like too much pressure, and then just tighten it now, and it should be good to go. Once that guys is done, you put our connector back, you connect it, and make sure it connects it well. Then you can put the cover. Then guys, it's time for us to put in the fluid. So the fluid guys go through the drain plug. So we have to have like a special kind of tool which we'll use, guys. And then we have to have our pump, because Mercedes, the C300, most Mercedes, you put the transmission fluid from below, so you have to have a pump or something to pump in the fluid. So this is the tool guys I was telling you guys. So you just take it all in, then you tighten it just the way you tighten this the screw. And once it's done guys, you can pump in your transmission fluid all the way in. And then once that's done guys, you replace the drain plug, then you put it back. And then it's time guys to do a little programming. But for now, the car will still shift, but might shift hard, but it will still shift guys. Some cars too, maybe some cars, if they don't have a problem, you just replace the fluid, and then you just clear the cords, and then the car will run well. So I wish you all the best guys as you do a transmission service. I hope this video really helps you out, and see you next time.